Most people think that selling on Amazon is all about finding that perfect product, and some people might even spend weeks trying to identify that perfect product and never actually end up listing anything. Or they just simply list their first 1 to 2 products and wonder why nothing is actually selling. But here's the thing, making your first sale with a brand new Amazon business doesn't come from perfecting the research process, but it actually comes from volume of listings. And inside of today's video, I'm going to be breaking down for you exactly the steps you need to make your first sale with your brand new Amazon business fast. Now, I've been able to have the pleasure of coaching over 700 brand new Amazon sellers over the last 4.5 years. And the common misconception everyone has when they first step into this space, despite them having no experience, is that they need to think that they need to find the holy grail of products. They need to find the one that sells 20, 50, 60 times a day in order for them to actually generate income with this. But that's the actual inverse of what you really need to do in regards to being successful with your brand new Amazon business. And the only reason is because the business model that we follow, the way in which we sell on Amazon, means that you can list everyday products without spending money on ads, without placing bulk orders, without needing to spend money on any sort of foreign-based suppliers, imports, duty, tariffs, and anything like that. You're simply the middleman, you're the intermediary. So what that means, especially from a beginner's perspective, is you can list anything and everything on your Amazon store without buying it before. So the best case scenario is if you list a product and it sells, great, you know you've made money. But on the secondary side of that, even if you list a product and it doesn't sell, you literally lose nothing. So it's that perspective that allows a lot of people to come into this business model with a lot more free thinking rather than hesitating and overanalyzing on product listings. Because we have the luxury of listing products without ever purchasing them before, well, the name of the game comes down to simply listing higher volume. Now, the best perspective I can provide for you for your Amazon business is think of it as a web. Think of you as a spider. And the bigger your web is, the more bugs you end up actually getting inside of your web. In this situation, the bugs are actually your customers. So the more products you list with your Amazon business, essentially the more eyeballs you get. With the more eyeballs you get exposure to, not every single one of them are going to sell, but a small percentage of the products you do list will end up selling. And that's how you play the game of volume, especially as a brand new Amazon seller in this space, is not trying to find that perfect product, but essentially trying to throw everything you possibly can against the wall and seeing what sticks. Letting the market decide for you what is it that people actually want to buy, and then you take that data and then you double down your efforts on what you know already works. So if you only decide to list 2 products, you're only getting exposure to essentially 2 different chances. But if you list 30 products, then you have 30 different chances. If you list 50 products, you have 50 different chances, and so on and so forth. So for any beginner coming into this space that might feel like it's risky, that might feel like it's hard to find products that people want to buy, you're at risk of literally losing nothing. So why not go ahead and try? And for someone like Angelina, for example, within the span of 3 days of her starting her research process and listing products, she was already able to make her first sale. For even someone like Samantha, who joined in and then after 1 week of joining in was able to make about $96 in profit from her first 2 orders that she was able to make. How people did this is not by simply only focusing on the perfect product listings, is by actually focusing on listing as much as they possibly can and then letting the market decide and see what the customers are actually going to purchase from the products that they list. So now that you understand the idea behind selling on Amazon is all about volume more than anything else, because we have the luxury of listing products without purchasing them before. Now the secondary part comes to what exactly are the products you should list? Which ones should you focus on? Which ones should you not focus on? So the general rule of thumb here is, especially as a beginner, you want to avoid any sort of high ticket items, okay? Now, yes, high ticket is a very sexy thing because the higher a product sells in terms of its price point, the deeper your profit is, essentially, meaning that if you sell something for $800 and it's a 10% margin, well, you're making $80 in net profit from that item alone, which is relatively good. So in that perspective, you want to be able to avoid selling products in high ticket products categories, because those are what you can consider as luxurious goods, meaning that before someone even decides to swipe their card on the Amazon platform to purchase something for $800, there's a thought process. There's a little bit of apprehension. There's a little bit of hesitation. Comparatively, if someone is looking to buy, let's say, a water bottle like this, for example, well, it might be just $20. So this is what we can consider more so impulse buying. And impulse buying decisions allow us, Amazon sellers, to make more sales. Now, I wouldn't go as low as selling products in the price points of $30, $40, maybe $50, but I'd want to stay between maybe like the $70 to $100 range in the beginning. You can go a little bit higher than that as well. And when you stick within those particular price ranges, that's where you're going to see consumers are just simply purchasing products. There's less hesitation, which means that you can make sales much, much quicker. So once you know the price points, then it comes down to focusing on products and product categories that have the least amount of restrictions. So if you're a brand new Amazon seller and you want to be able to start making your first sale, you're not going to want to go into a product category like skincare, for example, or like baby products. You're going to focus on the fundamentals, the basics. So products that people use throughout their day-to-day within those product categories. So think about home and kitchen, tools and home improvement, sports and outdoors, patio, lawn and garden, and so on. And the best example I can give you, if you're having trouble ideating what exactly are the types of brands you should be focusing on, or what exactly type of product categories you should be focusing on, simply walk into your kitchen. And when you walk into your kitchen, you can identify a couple different product types. So you can identify the fact that you have a microwave. You can identify the fact that you have a blender, you have a coffee machine, you have a tea kettle, you have a toaster, you have pots and pans, let's say, for example. So take a look at those particular product types, but even further to that point, you can take it a step further and say, what are the brands of those products that are actually within my current household right now? So you might have Ninja air fryers, you might have Oster blenders, let's say, for example. You might have Keurig coffee machines. When you identify those types of products and those types of brands, those more oftentimes than not are the simple products and the simple product categories that have the most amount of opportunity for a brand new seller to list products within, because they're the least restricted. Now, I know it might sound very basic, but the more simplified you keep this process, the less headaches you're going to have, the faster your route is going to be for you making your first sale, and then having the snowball effect take place from that point moving forward. Now, if you're truly serious about wanting to make your first sale and actually scaling to a point where you get to over $10,000 in sales in your first 90 days with your brand new Amazon business, for someone like Aiden, where now in his second month with us, he was able to reach over $11,000 in sales with his Amazon business, then you can apply to be a part of our mentorship program by clicking the link in the description down below and seeing if this is something that can actually help you with, because we have a system that's fully laid out where you only need to apply 1 to 2 hours per day towards this in order for you to see success with your Amazon business. So apply down below and see if we can help. Now, the third part to this is all going to come down to the listing process. Now, the beautiful thing is we're not creating this whole entire game from scratch. You're not reinventing the whole entire wheel. You're focusing on reselling products and pre-existing product listings that are already selling on the Amazon marketplace. So there's proven demand, and it's from brands that people know, like, and trust as well. So for you to be able to list a product that you see an opportunity with on Amazon, it usually takes someone about 2 to 3 minutes per listing for them to be able to put their price, put a couple different other things on that Amazon product listing, and get their offer available live on the Amazon marketplace. You're not creating a brand new listing from scratch. You're not doing SEO. You're not doing any sort of graphic design or imaging or anything like that. You're just simply focusing on reselling and piggybacking on pre-existing listings that are already on Amazon that are selling really, really well. So let's say, for example, if you're someone who has only 45 minutes a day to put towards this, well, that means that you're going to be listing, let's say, 3 to 5 items per day. And by the end of 1 week, you're already going to have 30 listings inside of your Amazon store, which allows you to be in a position where you know with full confidence you're actually going to be able to scale your Amazon business, not need 8 hours a day, but only focusing on high leverage income producing activities. Because if you don't list a product on Amazon, then you quite literally don't have any chance to make any money. And like I said, the listing process is rather simple. All you're going to do is you're going to put your price, you're going to be able to put your shipping time, so whatever shipping time your supplier has, which is usually about 2 to 5 days, you're going to be able to price your products competitively based on what the other sellers are doing in that product listing. Try to be able to get a margin of about 18%, and then you're going to set your handling time, which means how long you have to actually ship that item, and you can go ahead and publish that item on Amazon, and then next thing you know, your offer is live, available for people to purchase on the Amazon marketplace. But the key point in which you need to recognize here is that the product listings that are good enough will always beat the hyper analytical perfect product listings that are never listed, because you miss 100% of the shots that you don't end up taking. So at the end of this, you're put in a position, especially as a beginner, what's the worst case scenario that you're concerned about? Worst case, you list a product and it doesn't sell. Well, at least you lose no money, you can learn. Best case, you list a product and it does sell, customer pay you money, then you go ahead to your supplier, you pay the supplier at a lesser price, and you collect the difference of what that net profit is. So usually by the time that you list your first 20 to 30 items, that's when your first sale is going to hit. And when your first sale hits, the process is pretty simple. Now, when anybody purchases products from your Amazon store, you're going to get everything about them. You're going to get their name, their shipping information, so their home address, their apartment number, if any, their zip code as well. So you're going to be able to take that information that your customer provided you with, copy it, go to your supplier's website. Now remember, you're never leaving the comfort of your own home, which is the beautiful part about this. And then you're going to process the order from your supplier, but you're going to use the customer shipping information and not your own. And this is what allows the supplier to ship that product directly back to the customer's doorstep for you upon your behalf. So you're the middleman, you're the intermediary in this whole entire process, but then you collect the difference in terms of what the customer pays you versus what you pay your supplier. That's essentially what your net profit is. Now, when you make your first sale, that is the most important, most pivotal moment amongst anything else, because that shows you that the whole entire process works. But then that's data. And that's data that you can then use to make more informed listing decisions and focus your time and energy around things that are going to actually put money inside of your pocket. So you want to double down on the brand that did sell. Well, what your first priority is to exploit that brand as far and wide as you possibly can across multitudes of different suppliers, checking to see if they have different prices across different websites, and identifying any sort of opportunities in which some other sellers on Amazon are going to be out of stock from the products that you could be able to list. And then once you use that, once you exploit as many opportunities as you possibly can, because you might be only sourcing from one supplier, but the name of the game here is you're not only going to want to use one supplier, you're going to want to use 4 to 5 domestic-based US suppliers that you can be able to use, or Canadian-based suppliers, or UK-based suppliers, depending on where you're selling and what marketplace you're selling in. And in that way, you can have exposure across many different products and product categories that you already know you're ungated in. Then you can also use ChatGPT to give you a list of brands that are similar to one that actually sold to your Amazon store, because the likelihood is, if you're ungated in one product brand, you have a high likelihood of being ungated in another brand that's within the same product category, or same subcategory as well. So making your first sale doesn't need to be hard. And this is exactly how people like Deepan was able to get to over $10,000 in sales in her first 30 days of starting, because she had access to the right information, the right tools, the right resources, and our one-on-one mentorship to guide her through the whole entire process step by step, so that way she's never lost and she's never confused, and she's doing this all on top of her day-to-day job. And if you want access to those same exact tools, resources, and level of mentorship that Deepan has, click the description down below to be able to apply to be a part of the mentorship program. We give you everything from product research strategies, lists of suppliers, tracking systems, scripts, templates, SOPs, and it's also a mentorship program. So it's not a course, it's actually you working with me one-on-one as your head coach to help you scale your Amazon business however you feel like you need to be coached in the most effective way possible. Making your first sale doesn't need to be hard, you just need to simplify the process. And usually getting to the point where you list your first 20 to 30 items using the right techniques and right methodology, that's what's going to generate your first sale, and then it's a snowball effect after that point. If you have any questions, comment down below, but I hope you found this video helpful. Please subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.